So as I said before, we've got the problem that when I'm driving around, if I crash into the green, I go back to the start and then I can run over the lap section again, and it just keeps counting up to say that I'm adding up more laps even though I'm not. So I think it would be better if we actually said, well, every time you touch the green, that's it, you're not counting anymore, that was your go. It's how many times can you go around the track without touching the green. So to do that, why don't we just set lap to 0 every time we touch the green? We may as well do it after we've waited a second, so we'll switch on fire, we'll wait a second, put you back at the start, set your lap to 0, so we'll get another one of those out. Set your lap to 0, go back to the start, switch to the costume in the normal car, and then point in the forward direction. This code's getting pretty complicated now, so well done if you're keeping with me. So let's hit the green flag again. So we're on 0, we drive round, if I hit the green, crash, and our variable went back to 0 before we could carry on again. Now, the only other thing we might like to do is so that when we first drive over the yellow line at the start of the game, it doesn't count it as our first lap. So what I'm going to do is actually tell it when we do hit the green flag, we'll set the lap to 0, or maybe in here we could say when we start the game and it checks to see if we're touching yellow, why don't we say it doesn't check to see if we're starting yellow, just for 3 seconds, and that'll give the user time to be able to drive over the line for the first time. So if I hit the green flag, I can drive over that line because for 3 seconds it doesn't start doing its checks forevermore whether we're touching the yellow. And now if I were to drive all the way back round, and I'm going to cheat here by dragging my car back to near the end line, and driving over it now, it does register that I've done 1 lap, which is pretty good.